my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I am Shannon, and today I have another spoiler-free book review to share with you guys. And today we are talking about In These Hallowed Halls, which is a dark academia anthology that comes out September 12th. For those who aren't familiar, although I have a feeling if you clicked on this video you probably are, but just in case you're not, dark academia is sort of an internet phenomena that's aesthetic and a genre of books that centers around academia, higher education, learning, the arts, literature, things like that. A lot of these books take place in colleges or universities, and I really love these books. Even back when I was a kid, I loved any kind of, or like a teenager, I loved any kind of book that took place at a boarding school or at a college or anything like that. And what I love about dark academia is it kind of takes those stories and, like the title would suggest, it kind of makes them a little darker, a little grittier. Examples of dark academia, the prime example is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, of which I've done a reading vlog on this channel if you want to go check that out. And just right now it's really popular and has been for the past couple of years. So anyway, the other day I was browsing around on NetGalley and saw this anthology, and I grabbed it because I knew I would enjoy it, and I did. Now, reviewing an anthology is difficult, sort of in the same way that reviewing a short story collection is difficult. The stories are so short, it's hard to know what to say. So I think for this one, I'm going to keep it short, keep it sweet, just let you know how I enjoyed it and the general vibes of the stories. So I think there's 11 or 12 stories in this collection, and from what I can tell, they're all, or most if not all, are written by authors that have already dipped their toes in the genre. I was only aware of a couple of these authors already, the main one for me being Lane Fargo, who wrote They Never Learn, which is another example of dark academia. And I loved that book so much. So when I saw her name in the list of contributors to this anthology, I was like, yes, I will read that. For the most part, the stories for me range from a 2.5 to a 5 star. None were less than 2.5, but a bunch of them were 5 stars. The stories sort of run the gauntlet of different sort of aspects of dark academia. There are some that are straight up just straightforward in the classroom or on the campus type stories, and those were my favorite. That's my favorite aspect of dark academia, just in the grit of the campus and the school. There was one story that I wasn't really sure even really fit entirely into the dark academia setting, and that was written by an author who I know is very popular, not Lane Fargo, but a different one. And that one was, geez, I don't even know what genre I would give it. I mean, I can see how it broadly fits into this genre, but it's also more fantasy or sci-fi. A couple of them leaned that way, and they did it better than this one, in my opinion. There are some that talk about relationships between students and teachers, you know, inappropriate relationships. But of course, we're all adults here because it's in university, not in high school. Still probably not the best type of relationship to engage in, but legal. There were some that, the second to last one, I think the first one and the second to last one were my favorite. The first one was just like a straight up student-teacher relationship. It was short, it was to the point, and I loved it. It really got me into and ready for the entire vibes of this collection. The second to last one, I really enjoyed as well. Like I said, it's sort of about a bunch of students trying to join a secret society and the things that they have to do to join that society, and I love that kind of stuff too. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it a ton. And for the most part, I enjoyed most of them. I think overall, I'm gonna give this anthology a 4 stars because so many of the stories did work for me. And the ones that didn't, it could just be and I'm sure is just a personal preference, and you might read it and it might be your favorite one. So yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I would say it's definitely not YA. It's like an adult anthology. Because I was wondering that at first when I saw it on NetGalley. I was like, is this YA? Because I don't tend to read a lot of YA, but it wasn't. I'm trying to think of any other standout stories. Yeah, the first one, second to last one, those are my favorites. I also liked The Department of, let me look up these titles. The Professor of Ontography by Helen Grant. I like that one a lot too. That one does also veer a little more into like the sci-fi aspect, but I thought it worked great and I loved it a lot. And yeah, I would definitely recommend if you like dark academia stories, books, authors, I think you would probably enjoy this. And like I said, most of the stories really worked for me. I think there was probably only 2 that I didn't love, but again, personal preference. You might love them, they might be your faves. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep this short and this here. I just wanted to get my thoughts out so you can know to mark your calendars for September 12th if this sounds like something you would enjoy. Anyway, I hope you guys had a great weekend, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.